opens up like this. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Fill the ribs. And then exhale like you're blowing out candles. Or blowing out candles or blowing through a straw. So inhale. Expand those ribs. Exhale. And I do want to hear you breathe when you exhale. Because when you exhale like that, you engage a muscle group called your transverse abdominis. Imagine a low slung belt that goes right around your pelvis. When you exhale with that intention, you engage that transverse and it gets tighter. So we all love to have flat low bellies. Why don't we practice our breath and exhale like that? That will help us pull in that transverse and flatten the belly. So that's why we do that, okay? We're going to really focus on that specific principle using our transverse today. We're also going to focus on our principle of our rib cage. So let's come down onto our mat. So put your feet towards the end of your mat and hands underneath your hamstrings. And we're going to do our first little roll down. You're going to rock to the back of your pelvis, and you're going to try to lead with the very lowest part of your back to come down one vertebra at a time. Hopefully not coming down, it's just one piece. Good, so that's our first little roll down just to see how that felt today. We're going to find that, what I just talked about, that low slug belt. So first thing we want to do is be in a neutral pelvis. So can you find those two bones that stick out on top? Say yes.
Yes.
Good. Put the heels of your hands on those two bones. And then let your fingertips come together forward in a triangle. And that's where your pubic bone is. Where these three bones are completely level is where your pelvis is level. Imagine in the center of that triangle, you can balance a cocktail. Okay? So, right now you have some space under your low back. Okay? But we want to find that, make that nice and neutral. Now take your fingertips, put them on top of those two bones, and then slide them forward inside of those two bones, okay? A little closer towards the point of the triangle. Okay, feel where there's just tissue right there. Take an inhale again, breathe into your back. As you exhale, I want you to initiate a nice kegel, pulling up deep inside and push down with your fingertips. Blow out through the straw. Again, try it again. Inhale through your nose, expand your ribs. Exhale, push down with your fingertips. Initiate a nice pulling up kegel, and if you push down with your fingertips, do you feel that it gets a little more tone underneath there?
Yes.
Yes? Possibly? Yes. If not, I want you to think about really pulling up deep, initiating that kegel, and again, finding some tone. That is the deepest muscle in your core, your transverse abdominis. That's one I want you to feel on every exercise. And if you notice, the more generous you exhale, you can feel it get even tighter. So really connect with this muscle. Think about it's like a nice little space that goes right around there, and that space just kind of comes on. You don't feel it like you feel a big bicep curl, like a big superficial muscle. But it's essential to keep your pelvis level to use this muscle group. And it's often overridden by the superficial muscles of your rectus abdominis, okay? The one that goes up and down, the six-pack muscle. So hopefully we found that there. We've also found our neutral pelvis, okay? And now we're going to talk about one other principle that's very important. We're going to talk about your rib cage. So just put your hands down to your side. And take a nice exhale and just raise your arms right above your head and touch the ground behind you, the floor behind you. Now, did your back change? Did you arch your back up a little bit? Maybe, maybe not. But when you do that, when we pop our ribs up and when we arch our back excessively and raising our arms, we really lose a lot of our abdominal connection. So bring your hands back down towards your hips, back forward. And I want you to be in neutral. I want you to feel your back on the mat. This time, we're going to take a slower inhale as we raise our arms to the ceiling. Now, don't change your spine at all. Keep your back exactly where it is on the mat. And slowly, as you exhale, bring your arms behind your back without any excessive arch of the upper back. You should feel a little abdominal work here. Inhale, arms come up to the ceiling. And then exhale, arms come down. So this is our rib cage connection. Basically, when we raise our arms, now you can go a little faster, exhale up and over the head without any change in your spine. When we use our rib cage connection, we're not allowing our abdominals to disengage and to pop our ribs forward. Because you'll feel that as we go into more of an extension too. You'll feel it if you pop your ribs forward. You'll really feel a load go into your low back. So you kind of feel that rib cage connection? Hopefully, yes? Say yes?
Yes.
You feel that? Good. So as you raise your arms above your head, the spine doesn't need to change if you keep your abdominals connected. So you got to think about that. It's not hard to do, okay? So there's our two really important principles we're really going to focus on a lot today. We're going to start out with our ab press. So a couple things. Actually, did everybody grab a little blue ball? Anybody need one? Raise your hand up. Anybody need a blue ball? We all have one? Yes? Okay, good. Okay, grab that little blue ball. And we're going to take it, we're going to have our feet flat on the ground and lift your pelvis up. And put the little blue ball kind of right let your hips rest there, it actually feels really good, right? So that's what we want to do right now. And we're going to do one thing. My Zumba people will love this. You actually get to mobilize your pelvis. So right now, I want you to imagine you've got your pelvis is a nice bowl, and I want you to rock it over to the right, through the center, and rock it over. So you're just doing some big hip rolls. And then go the other direction. Like your pelvis is a clock. You go all the way through the clock. 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the way around. So you're mobilizing your pelvis. But remember in Pilates, a lot of times it's about what's not moving. So now I want you to keep your pelvis very level. If you put your hands up and you find those two bones, there should be a straight line straight across from them. One should never be higher than the other. Right now I want you to just initiate that nice kegel, so you're feeling that nice connection, pulling up deep inside. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, keep your hands on your pelvis. Lift one leg up into tabletop. Good, and again, your pelvis should be totally level here. Take an inhale, exhale, set it down slowly. And as you do that, you can feel that deep transverse muscle working. Don't go too fast on this. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the other leg up slowly to tabletop. Again, without hiking that hip bone, that ASIS bone, the pelvis any higher on the left side. Inhale, and then exhale, let it flow back down. We're going to do it one more time. Again, there's no change in your spine. Think about that pelvic floor. Inhale here. Exhale, right leg comes up to tabletop. Now keep the right leg up here. Now you're really going to have to think about your kegel here. Keep your hands on your pelvis, elbows on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg up to tabletop. Good. You should be very level and stable here. If the ball were to not feel good underneath your low back, you can definitely take your feet back down or move it. Now we're going to do some leg taps. So again, keep your hands on your pelvis if you can. If you need to put them to the floor, that's fine. Let one leg slowly come down towards the floor. Doesn't have to come all the way down. And then exhale, bring it back up. Now make sure there's no change in your spine. Inhale, let the other leg float down a little bit. And then exhale, pull everything in deeper and pull it back up. You should actually start to feel more connection in your transverse. Inhale again as we go down. Exhale as we come up. And again, you decide how far down you come. Some of you have been taking Pilates forever. Maybe you do this with a straight leg. It's not so important how far down you come. And totally fine. The ball doesn't feel good underneath you. Put the ball aside and just keep your legs up with your hips on the ground. Drop one down. Use your exhale. See if you can feel that transverse muscle working. And the hips aren't moving. Very nice. Down and slowly on the way back up though. Like you're moving through wet sand. Use your exhale on the way up. Are we feeling that transverse? That's an important principle we're really going to engage and work a lot on today. One more time here. It's really nice. And bring it back up. Good. Good. Now slowly let your feet come down onto the mat one at a time. Okay? Now we're just going to do some nice little hip rolls. So we're going to articulate our spine. So you feel you're kind of resting a little bit onto the ball. Again, first thing to do, initiate that nice little kegel, so you're pulling up deep inside. And then I want you to think about bringing those ASIS bones, those two bones that stick out in front, closer to your rib cage as you tilt your pelvis up higher. And then you're going to gently lift off the ball, just barely off the ball. Coming up into a bridge here. Making sure that the ribs have not popped out. Take a nice breath here. And then I want you to peel, start by pulling down your back ribs, and then mid-back comes down a little bit, and the tailbone gets heavy onto the ball. So it's just a little hip roll here. So start from the tip of the tailbone, rocking the pelvis underneath you, and then just come up. Mini shoulder bridge, but the ribs are not flared out at the top here, and then let it come all the way back down. Good. Now let's lift the hips up into a bridge, and then we're going to remove the ball, put it to the side. Put the ball underneath your right hand. Okay? Underneath your right hand. We're going to go into our ab lifts. So we're going to get that nice neutral pelvis, those three bones, pubic bone and two ASIS bones are level. Take an inhale. I want you to nod your chin and look 5 or 6 toes forward. Exhale, I want you to flex up. So bring your head up, your shoulders up. Pull your belly in deep. We don't want to see a breath loaf rise in the center. That's your superficial rectus. Good. So pull everything deeper. Use your obliques. What are your obliques? Push down as you exhale with your right hand. And then inhale, release that pressure off the wall. Exhale, push down with the right hand. You should feel your obliques, the right side of your body engaging a little more. Inhale. And then one more time. Exhale, press down. Hopefully you feel the muscles through the side of your body. Inhale, release it. And then come back down onto the mat. Good, let's try that one more time. Find your pelvic floor. And we shouldn't really see much change in the lower in the pelvis as we come up. Eye gaze shifts first. 5 tiles look forward as your head slides on the mat. And then exhale, come up. Pull the belly in deep. No breath out here. Inhale, and then exhale, push down and roll. Inhale, and then exhale, push down and roll. Eye gaze should be right at your knees. One more time. Inhale, and then exhale, come back down. Let's see if we can isolate the muscles on the left side of the body. So just put the ball underneath the left hand. Take an eye gaze shift. 5 tiles forward. Exhale, flex up. Pull the belly in deep here. Inhale to breathe. Exhale to push down with the left hand. Inhale to breathe. Right hand is hovering up as well. Exhale to push down. Inhale. Blow out through the straw. I want to hear it. Exhale. Blow out some candles like you're 40 years old. Inhale and breathe. Exhale and come down. We'll do that one more time. Again, that little eye gaze shift lengthens the back of your neck and takes tension out of the neck. So shift your eye gaze forward and then flex up. Come up, maybe a little bit higher, pulling everything in deep though. Inhale, exhale. Belly should be flat here, trying to stay out of superficial muscles. Inhale, and then exhale. Can you find your kegel? Can you find that deeper connection? Inhale, eye gaze should be at the knees. Exhale, press down. Inhale, stay, and then exhale, come back down. Nicely done. Okay. So in Pilates, we will do every range of motion for our spine. Flexion, like we just did. We'll do extension now. So extension, lengthen your legs and roll over onto your belly. Okay. So the ball can just come to the side. Hands are next to your shoulders. And your nose, your face is just hovering off the mat. I want you to think about your spine very long. We're going to gauge our glutes a little bit. So let me see some nice apples in your backside. No applesauce back there. And we're going to think about kind of lengthening, so we're going to push the pubic bone a little bit into the mat. Okay, I want you to think about pulling in at your ribs. So imagine like, you can feel like if your waist is a little bit wide on the mat. Pull in. I like to think about myself, I think about pulling in my muffin top. That's what I think about. So you engage those oblique muscles. So the waistline pulls in. And then imagine you're rolling a marble away from your nose. So roll the marble forward. Eye gaze comes forward onto the mat. Little pressure into your hands and you're up into some extension. No tension in the low back. Take a breath in and come back down as you're lengthening your head forward. Nose is hovering off the mat. Squeeze your glutes, pull your waistline in. Exhale, roll the marble away from your nose. Eye gaze comes forward, chest comes up and forward, but never if you feel tension in your low back. Breathe in and then draw yourself down. Again, think about the glutes connection, think about the obliques. You're pulling in at the waistline. No tension ever in your low back. Inhale one last time and exhale. Lengthen forward, coming up into extension. Eye gaze is forward, little pressure to the hands. Come as far as you feel comfortable. Breathe in here and then exhale, feel yourself back down. Nice. Now just take your hands forward, hand on top of hand, forehead resting on top of your hands. Again, I want you to really think about, this is just going to be a nice long hover. All we're going to do here is hover the elbows off the floor, just slightly off the floor. Now pull it at your waist, press your pubic bone down, squeeze your glutes, and now cover your head and hands just off the mat. Lengthen your body here. See if you can feel no tension at all through your low back. Breathe in and then soften back down. This is a small movement. If you feel tension in your back, think about pulling it at your waistline, squeezing your glutes a little bit more, or don't hover up as high. Inhale, everything turns on. Pull that waistline in. Exhale, hover up, and lengthen your head towards the side of the room. Lengthen your legs. Breathe in, and then come back down. Very nice. Let's push back into a shell stretch. So hands come to the side of the shoulders. Press back, all the way back. And we call it shell. You may also call it child's pose. But here's the perfect opportunity to practice your breath. Breathe and feel your ribs expand in your back. Exhale and pull up deeper through your pelvic floor. One more time. Inhale here, and then exhale. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to work. And of course we do our 100. Every Pilates class you'll probably do the 100. Again, practice your roll down. Hands underneath your hamstrings if you need that for support, or out in front. Rock to the back of your pelvis. Scoop your belly in. Okay, and then go down a little lower. Pause for a second. Pull everything deeper. Find your kegel. Go back a little bit further. Pause. Pull everything in deeper. Flatten the belly, and then come all the way down to the mat. Good. Okay, let's use our ball today. And if it gets too complicated, just let it drop. Let's take again. We're gonna go into our imprint spine. So what does that mean? It means low back gently pressing into the mat, but I want you to do that without squeezing your glutes. So if you allow your low back to gently imprint into the mat, without squeezing your glutes, you are using your obliques, your abs. So make sure you do that right now. Glutes are soft, don't want applesauce back there, but low back gently pressing into the mat. We've got that, see us? Yes. Good, belly flat. Lift one leg up in the tabletop, holding onto your ball, lift the other one in the tabletop, place the ball right in between your ankles. Good. And then you're gonna find that nice little connection, that little squeeze right there, okay? That squeeze I want you to think about coming up all the way through your legs into your inner thighs, squeezing and helping you pull up from the pelvic floor. Hands come to the side of the mat, okay? Covering off just about an inch. Eye gaze shifts 5 times forward. Flex your upper body up. Now everybody pull your belly in deeper. Eye gaze is right at the knees. The further you take your legs down, the more tension. Now your low back can never come up off the floor. We're gonna move the arms, slapping water. Inhale for 5, 3, 4, 5, and exhale for 5, 3, 4, 5. You can inhale, lower the legs, 5, and exhale, bring it back up, 4, 5. Inhale, low back does not change, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Maybe squeeze the ball over on the exhale. 3, 4, 5, and exhale, squeeze. 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Everybody flatter abdominals. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, deeper, 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 exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we flex up a quarter inch higher. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deeper core, pelvic floor pulling in. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 left. 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Belly in. No bread loops. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold right here. Hold. Pull the belly in flatter. Feel the ribs come down those ASIS bones. And then bend your knees, set your head down. Grab the ball, set the feet down, 1 foot at a time. Are we nice and warm now? Say yes. Yes. Good, good. Can you feel how that little bread loaf likes to pop up? Yeah? That's a superficial layer of your core. And it's not gonna hurt you, but what happens when this pops up, a lot of times these shut off. The deeper muscle groups do not work. That's why we're trying to stay out of that, okay? Drop your knees over to one side, or you can roll up, and then press yourself up. Going into half roll back. So this is a very essential exercise for us. We're gonna have our hands out in front of us today. We're gonna take our little blue ball, we're gonna place it behind us a little bit here to start, okay? So we're all very good at flexing our upper body, because this is where we live in our life, okay? Flexing forward. There's gonna be a little flex here, but I want you to avoid excessively flexing forward with your upper back. We're gonna lead with our low back. So we're sitting up on top of our sits bones. I want you to rock to the back of the sits bones and scoop your belly in, okay? Now we're gonna press back even more. And I want you to tuck underneath. Almost lift your hips up off the mat a little bit. Think about that. Tuck it as much as you can. And then come away a little bit. So I'm doing just a little pelvic tilt. I'm gonna stay back here, tilting up, and then dropping. So it's just a small range of motion, tilting up. Try to bring my pelvis underneath even more. And then release a little bit. I'm staying in that half roll back position. Just all I'm doing here is getting that flexion through the low back. Tilting, bringing it underneath, and then coming back a little bit. Draw it underneath as much as you can. Upper body staying back and flexed. And then right here. So we're really practicing leading with the low back. One more time. And then, come on. Good. So now remove the ball. If you need it there because, it feels great to you and you know that's good for you in Pilates, you can keep it there. But let's try removing it here. We're rocking to the back of our sits bones. We're going to scoop our belly in as much as we can, find the pelvic floor, and we're coming back. Good, come back here. Pause for a second. Inhale, raise your arms up. Keep that rib cage connected. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, arms up. Now if this were to not feel good to the back, come up a little bit higher. Exhale. Really keep tucking the tailbone underneath. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, come down. Keep the belly scooped in. Inhale, stay. Exhale, come forward, round forward. Good. So it's really about leading with that low back. Let's try that one more time. Coming up here, lead with the low back. Tuck the pelvis underneath. Pull in from that pelvic floor. Get the tip of your tailbone and that low vertebrae coming down first. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, feel those great obliques as you pull down. Belly is scooped in. I want to see you hollow through the core. Inhale, up. I gaze straight forward. Exhale, pull down. Feel the strength in those obliques. Scooping in the belly. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Now with your arms forward here, let your shoulders come back a little bit. Retract your scapula a little bit. Good. Last time. Keep that scapula retracting a little bit as we inhale up. Generous. Exhale as we come down. We're scooping in the belly as much as possible. Inhale, stay. And exhale, come forward. Good. Now we're going to take that into our roll-up. So option here is to, if you've been doing roll-up a while, to place your feet right on top of the ball. That is an advanced option. If you don't want to take it, that's fine. Legs are out in front, sitting up nice and tall. We lead with our low back, and we come back one vertebrae at a time. Belly stays in. Good. Remember your rib cage connection. Hands come over the head without the back arching up. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, nod your head. Look at your feet and peel up one vertebrae at a time, keeping the belly in. Now, if you have a hard time with that, a couple things you can do. You can put a little towel right underneath your low back to help you with that. Come back and come back slowly, peeling it one vertebrae at a time. Again, nice advanced options. Feels comfortable. Feet on top of the ball, pressing down with the feet as you peel up one vertebrae. Keep the pressure on the ball. Notice when it comes off. Stretching forward. Use a two-part breath here. Inhale as you start to come back. And then when it gets tough, that's when you want to use the exhale. Transverse coming in. One vertebrae is going to peel down slowly. Yes. And practice that rib cage connection. The arms coming up and keeping the abdominals engaged. Good. Inhale as your arms come up. Good. Eye gaze shifts forward. Peel up your head and one vertebrae at a time, keeping the belly pulled in deeper. Deeper pauses. Good. Reaching forward. Peeling it down. Slow. And again, those of you that have that advanced option, just see where you're bringing pressure off the ball. And challenge yourself to keep that pressure always on the ball. Very nice. And then everyone is going to come back down. If you've got that ball underneath your foot, just keep it there. If not, don't worry. Come back down. That's your last one. I want you to stay down. We're going to one leg circle, and I talked to you a little earlier, some of you, about, in Pilates, it's about what's not moving. So my advanced group, you're going to keep the right leg straight, put the ball under the right foot. Everyone who's new to Pilates, just bend your knees, keep your both feet flat on the floor. Hands on your pelvis. Again, I want you to make sure you're in neutral. Are you balancing your cocktail right there in the center of that triangle? Are those three bones level? And you're going to keep it exactly like that. And there's going to be no rocking, no Zumba hips side to side. They are totally stable. Okay? Inhale, bring your left leg up and straighten the left leg. Now, oftentimes when I do this and I don't think about it, my left hip hikes up higher than my right. So make sure those two bones are still straight across. We're going to inhale as we bring our right foot in towards the midline of our body. Exhale as it comes around and back up. So inhale, and there should be no change at all in your pelvis. Exhale and back up. Inhale as it comes into the midline of the body. Exhale as it comes around and back up. And the thing we're looking for, you can feel your hips, your butt on the mat, right? Don't shift weight at all. Keep even pressure. And what will help you so much is using your breath. So use that exhale. Good, and here's your last one, this direction. You're gonna go the other direction. If you're really struggling with this, keep the left knee bent as you do it. Inhale and exhale. This feels great. Take a bigger circle, but not at the expense of rocking your pelvis. So you went the other, now we went in towards the midline body. Now you went the other direction, right? Out, starting out in the way. Good, make sure there's no lift of the hips. You're still, those two bones are straight across and level. And here's your last one, this direction. Do you see how Pilates is sometimes about what's not moving? This is where we want to use that transverse. Good. Bend the left knee, set it back down. If you're using the ball, you're going to switch it, put it underneath the other foot. Really press down through there and lengthen that leg. And then let's bring the right leg up. Again, check in and make sure that both of those two bones are completely level. It's very easy as you lift your leg to lift the right hip higher than the left. And let's start it out. Inhale towards the midline of the body. Exhale, circle around and up. Good. Inhale. Can you feel in your body and feel your hips, the weight of your hips on the mat? There should be no transition of weight to the right or left. Oh, it's tough. So to increase the intensity, take a bigger circle. To decrease the intensity, smaller circle. Good, those of you on the ball, the foot should not be moving. You're pressing down and lengthening. Yes. Tough to think about that. Good. 2 more, and I would love to hear your breath a little more today. It will help you. 1 more time. Good, go the other direction. Deep, deep transverse. We worked on that transverse to begin. Remember that transverse. And there is your last one. Very nice. We come back down to the floor. You can either drop your knees to the side and sit up, or you can roll up. Whichever one works for you. Roll it up. Good. So in Pilates, we move our spine in each direction. This is the first big twist we have of the day. And I love to sit on the ball for this because it adds a little bit of fun and it adds a little bit of balance challenge. You don't have to do that. It also helps with my hip flexors because they can be so tight. So if you want to give it a shot today, you're going to sit on top of the ball. Get out in front. And the other thing I like about this, you can take your feet a little bit wider if you need to balance. But you can feel kind of where you're sitting on the ball. And then from there, you should be pulling up. Squeezing up and lifting yourself up and off that ball. So again, engaging that deep pelvic floor, okay? Arms come out to the side, soften the shoulders. Now this is your sternum, right in the center of your body. I want your head and your sternum to turn together. We don't let the head come away from the sternum. We're gonna turn to the right and you're gonna twist to the right. Exhale 3 times, 3 little pulses. Exhale, 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 and come back to the center. And to the left. And then back to the center. Really twist the body. Legs should not be moving at all. If your legs are moving, then you're moving those hips, and the hips don't get to move on this one. Twist, pull up deep inside, lots going on here. So we're bringing out the body, using the obliques, twist, twist, twist. Think about as we're twisting, you're like unscrewing a really good bottle of wine, and you're bringing this cord up higher and higher. Yeah, does that make sense? Twist and lengthen, pull up. From deep inside, pull up. Twist, 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 and back to center. A lot of us work so hard and we're taking our neck away from our sternum. Twist and keep your head and your sternum, center of your chest in the same alignment. Twist, lengthen, and reach. Using the obliques, pull up from the ball. Everything is lifted and higher. A few more here. Twist, exhale, exhale, exhale. Just reminds me of the rain bird. You're too young to know what that is. Twist, twist, and twist. And your last side. Now twist, pelvic floor. Everything is getting taller. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then come back to center. Good. And soften your shoulders down. Good. And then come off the ball. Good. Nice job. So now we get to do roll like a ball. Okay? So for anybody that has disc issues, you should not do this. Okay? You should go back to that nice little half roll back we did with that little pelvic tilt. Okay? You should practice that little half roll back. That is the perfect place for you to be. If you can articulate your spine, come down and up 1 vertebrae at a time. You felt good with that roll up. I want you to use the roll like a ball. Advanced option, I want to see the ball at the knees and the forehead staying connected. Okay? The tighter the ball, the better. Bring one leg up in a tabletop. We're on the back of the sits bones, belly is scooped in. Other leg up. Okay, we're up a tight ball here. Pull it in tight. Again, advanced option, ball, knees. Stay there. Really pull the belly in. Now to get the movement started, we lead with the low back, okay? So we lead with the low back, we rock back up onto the upper spine, we come up and we balance, okay? Again, we don't go so hard that we crush into the neck. Just goes up to your shoulders and pull it back in and up and balance. Good, so pull in deep from the pelvic floor. Feel the low back, drawing you back, up and exhale. What's gonna help you balance is your breath. Good. Challenge yourself to keep your knees in really close to your body. Closer, closer. And if you've nailed this, please try that wonderful option of the ball between the knees and the head. Oh, it's so much fun. Yes. Good. Feel yourself, though. It should feel like a spinal massage coming back. If it doesn't feel like a massage, don't do it. Okay? So you do what's right for your spine today. 2 more here. And come back up. Exhale. Use your exhale and come up. It'll help you. And 1 more. Good. Very nice. Okay. If you have the ball, set it back down. Hold here. You can have your toes on the mat or you can lift them up. Everybody pulling deeper from the belly. Good. Now let's see if we can extend and raise our right leg up. Pull that up. And then extend and raise your left leg up. If that's too much, you need to bring it down, that's fine. Now pull in, scoop in from the belly. And extend your arms out. Ooh, hold it, hold it. Soften your shoulders, hold it. 5, 4, try to breath into your back. As you exhale, feel your pelvic floor pulling up and in, giving you all that balance, all that control. Good, and bend your knees. And then come back down. Good. Now we're going to roll back down. Right hand on the outside of the right knee, left hand on the inside of the right knee. Roll yourself down. Lift up your right leg. Right hand on the outside, left hand on the inside. Extend your left leg out. Scoop the belly in. You can stay flexed up. If that's too much for your neck, bring your head back down. And we're going to switch legs. Exhale. And it's a quick inhale, exhale. Exhale. Now let me ask you something. Can you completely balance that cocktail right there in the center of that triangle? You should be balancing. There should be no crazy rocking back and forth. Exhale and exhale. Reach your leg long. Exhale. This feels great. You can switch it. Exhale. Go underneath. Exhale. Exhale. More advanced. Exhale. And 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Hold right here. Again, eye gaze should be at the knees. Pull the belly in deeper. Good. Now fingertips come back behind the head and then opposite elbow to the knee. Now again, balance in that triangle and then switch legs. So if you feel like you're rocking side to side, keep the knees bent and just oblique twist side and side. Make sure that you're not rocking the pelvis here. It's so easy to do. Remember that one leg circle exercise where we kept the pelvis level? You're doing the same thing right here, but it's just harder. Good. So if the knees just stay bent, that's fine. If you feel too much tension in the neck, take your head down. Continue with your legs, keeping the imprint spine, keeping the low back pressed in. You've got 6 more. Keep the pelvis level. Nice chair. 5 more. 4 more. Beautiful. Use your breath. 3 more. No tension in the head. 2 more for the neck. 1 more time. Good. And set the head down for just a moment. Good. Now all we're going to do here is extend our legs out. Let's all be in that imprint spine. Feel your low back pressed into the mat. So now the cocktail is spilling toward your face. Okay, so you're in that imprint spine. Now slowly lower the legs down just a little bit. And then exhale, bring them back up. And you lower as low as you can maintain the belly in, and there's no tension in the low back. And you're keeping that low back pressed down. Inhale and then exhale up. Just hinging right there at the hip. Lowering the legs down 1 more time. And then up. Good, now bend the knees a little bit. We're going to flex up again, so bring that head and everything up. Put your hands next to your head like you have a hat on. And now, we're going to take the hat off as you extend your legs out and then circle the arms back around right towards your shins. So inhale, hat off. Exhale, circle around. Come up a little bit higher there. Inhale, hat off. Exhale, circle around. Come on, find that nice deep core connection. Inhale, hat off. Exhale, come up higher as you circle around. Inhale, take your hat off. Exhale, circle around. Eye gaze should be at the knees. Inhale, hat off. Belly flatter. Exhale, circle around. Stay out of breath. Just pull in deeper from the belly. Hat off and circle around. So we inhale as we take our hat off. We circle the arms around and come around. You've got 3 more to go. Inhale, hat off. Pull the belly in deep, circle around. Too much tension in the head, set it down. Inhale, hat off. Circle around. 1 more time, hat off. And circle around. Straighten your right leg, grab right behind the knee there. Lengthen your left leg. Now reach the legs as long as you can. Stay flexed up if you have no tension in your neck, or bring the head down. 2 quick pulls, and then we switch. So it's quick, quick. In at the waist, belly's in deep. Now lengthen your legs. Reach, reach, lengthen longer. Point that toe out to the side of the room. Reach there. 4 more to go. 3 more. Eye gaze at the knees. 2 more. 1 more. Bend the knees. And head back down. Nicely done. Set those feet down. Nice little abdominal series there. Do you feel like you got a little warmer? Good. You raise your metabolism. That's good then. All right. So feet flat on the floor. We're going to get those hip flexors open a little bit here. Okay. So advanced option. Go ahead and take the ball down between your feet. We can all do that if you want to. Okay. We're going to keep that pelvis nice and level. Not going to articulate. We're going to just lift the pelvis up into a bridge. I want you to remember your rib cage connection because I don't want to see the ribs just flare open and feel any tension in your back. So, right here, take a nice exhale as you just lift the hips up. Not articulating, just coming up as one nice piece. The glutes are on here. The ribs are still connected, right? Feel your ribs pull down. If you touched your ribs, you would feel nice and solid right there. Good. Take a nice inhale here. A nice exhale. Keep those glutes on. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. Now inhale, and the option here, I want you to just shift your weight to your right foot. You can put your hands on your pelvis, because the most important thing is stability in the pelvis. And as you lift your left leg up, you are not going to change the position of your pelvis. So lift the left leg up. If you need to keep the knee bent, that's fine. And then set the left leg back down. Could you do that, keeping your pelvis exactly the same? Take an inhale, shift the weight to the left foot. And then exhale, raise the right leg up. You need to make sure your left glute is firing big time. Take the right foot back down, and then set the pelvis back down. Right down. So with that, if you want to stay there, just practicing the leg lifts, you're fine. We're going to add on to that a more advanced option. I like the hands on the pelvis. It'll give you that feedback though. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw your hips up. Keep the ribs connected. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Pelvis is level. Exhale, as you flex your foot, draw it down, and then bring it back up. Change that. Let's inhale as our leg comes down. Let's exhale as it comes back up. Lowering and lifting the leg is an option. We're doing it one more time. If you're lowering the leg, it's inhale down, it's exhale up, bend the left knee, set it back down. Good. Now, switch it. Inhale, right leg comes up. Good. Exhale here. Inhale, flex the right foot, lower it down. Exhale, bring it up. Lower it down, like you're painting with your foot. Really reach the right leg long, long, long. Exhale up one more time here. Reach it down long. Pull it back up. Bend the right knee, set it back down, and set your pelvis back down onto the mat. Now if that felt great, if your hamstrings felt great, your hips felt great on that, there's an advanced option. We're going to do another series, and we're going to do one more set, and you can, right now, put the ball underneath your right foot if you want to. Make sure your hamstrings feel good on that though, okay? Because this is a huge upgrade. Pelvis level. Exhale, bring the hips up. Good. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale, flex the left foot, lower down till the knees meet. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale down. Exhale up, squeeze the glutes. Inhale down, do not let the pelvis move, do not let the spine change. Exhale, one more time, down and up, bend the left knee. Set it back down on the floor. Good, if you're using the ball, switch to the other foot. All right, good. And let's go ahead and lift up. Bring the leg up. Good. Do not change your spine. Right now, feel where your pelvis is, feel where your back is. Lower the leg down till the knees meet, and that's an option. Raise it back up. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Reach your leg longer. Inhale down. Reach it. Exhale up. Last one. There's no change in the spine. Inhale down and exhale up. Bend the knee. Set it back down. Nice and up. Okay, and set those hips back down. Good. Good work there. Good work. All right, nicely done. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and go into some more extension. We all need extension. I think this is the exercise. Go ahead and roll onto your side. And while you're on your side, we are going to take the ball and we're going to place it in between our ankles here. So you're going to have to put that ball in between there. And then you'll lift up your feet a little bit and roll onto the side. If the ball comes away, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. You can keep that. But this is really your hunchback. This is if you ever have to be at a computer or in a car, at a desk. This is your computer exercise here. So it's called breaststroke. We're going to have our hands next to our shoulders. Eye gazing straight down. We're hovering our nose off. I want you to, again, think about engaging your glutes. You're pressing in with the ball a little bit here. The ball can just be resting, on the floor. That's fine. But push your pubic bone down. Pull it into your waistline. No up and top. We're gonna, just like we're in the water, you're gonna exhale as your arms come forward, you dive forward. You're gonna inhale as your arms circle around and you come up into extension, bending the knees, lifting up. Exhale, dive forward, arms come forward, legs lengthen. Inhale, pull in deep and circle around, eye gaze comes forward to the mat. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, take your big breath like you're coming out of the water. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, squeeze the ball and come up into that extension. Good. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, if you feel anything in the low back, you're coming up too high. Don't do that. Exhale, dive forward. Nice, generous inhale. Try to use your breath a little more. Squeeze it on the ball a little bit here. Feel the whole body working. Exhale, and then inhale, circle around, open up, extension. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, up. Final two here. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale. And last one. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, right here. Good. Now take your hands, hand on top of hand. Let your forehead rest onto your hands. Okay? So from here, we still have that ball in between. If you don't have the ball, you can just put your heels together. Open your knees a little bit wider, just a little bit wider. Now we're going to squeeze the heels, and we're going to think about everything turning on. Don't want to see any change in your back. So squeeze in tight, and then release. Squeeze in, and release. Exhale, and release. I want you to squeeze in at the ball. Exhale, and release. But I don't want you to just feel the ball. I want you to feel everything squeeze. Glutes, hamstrings, pubic bone presses down. Squeeze and release. You can have your knees bent and your heels pressing together on this one too. It's called heel squeeze prone. Exhale and release. Two more here. Exhale, squeeze it tight. And release. Last time, exhale. Feel that whole posterior chain and release. Very nice. And then set the ball gently down. Don't lose the ball though, because we're going to go into sideline leg series from right here. So I want you to just turn onto your side. Okay? And then with the ball, you're going to take, it's down there by your feet. You're going to take that bottom leg and you're pressing right on top, that bottom foot right on top of the ball. Okay? And then the top foot is here. Now a couple things we're going to do. We're just going to lift up our top leg, but we're not going to go so high that our pelvis shifts. So we just lift up, but we don't lift up so high that this top hip bone comes up higher. Okay? So we're just going to lift up and lengthen, point the toe and draw it down. Flex the foot as you lift up, point the toe, and draw it down. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And I want you to push down on top of this ball. So you're really not moving. You're lengthening both legs. Up, flex, and pull down. Lift up, flex, and pull down. Now pause here for a second. Under your waist, I want you to think about finding a little bounce house. I want you to engage your torso as well. So like a little oblique engagement. You're not just resting on this mat. Pull the belly in. Now, we're going to go ahead and lift up the top leg again. Let's try it one more time. Flex and come down. And lift up the top leg and just hold it here. We don't want to be so high that our pelvis is shifted up. So a lot of you need to lower down a little bit. It's just a little bit higher than the hip. Good, because you're going to make some circles. Circle forward. We're trying not to move the torso. So you got to pull your waistline in. Circle and circle. Reaching the heel out, circle. Now push down onto the ball with the leg that's on top of the ball and straighten your legs. Lengthen them long. Now circle the other direction. Just moving that femur in the hip socket. Good. And it's not very high. Good. So you don't want to see the hips hike. Reach the leg long. Push down on the ball. Good. 4 more here. Good. 2. Don't move the torso. Good. 1. Very nice. Now, take both feet on top of each other. Oh yeah, did you feel that one? Yeah, a little bit right through there. That's always good. So now this part's a little tricky, but I know you guys are going to do well. You're going to just, with this top foot, you're going to roll the ball forward. So you're going to take this leg that's on top, you're going to just roll it back. So the foot's back behind it. Then, with the foot in front, you're going to just grab it. So you're just grabbing it with your feet, right? Yeah, we're good there? Good. Now turn it so you've got to hold the ball. We all good? You did that so well. Now we're coming up with our legs. Inhale, bring the legs up. Exhale, reach them long and bring them down. And if you feel like you've got that okay, you're going to come up with the upper body too. So top hand in front, come on up. And then lengthen down. So exhale up. And inhale down. I want you to feel those obliques. Can you feel it right here in your waistline? Exhale up. So good. Inhale down. I want your head to be, let's have your head in line with the rest of your torso. Inhale up. So a lot of us work so hard and our neck strains as we come up. Don't do that. Keep the head in line. Exhale up. Inhale down. Hello, obliques. Yes or yes? Exhale up. You feel them? Good, good. Squeeze the ball too a little bit. Yes. One more time. Exhale up. And inhale down. Good. All right. Now, you're going to twist, change that ball a little bit. So remember how we brought that top leg forward a little bit, still holding the ball? Do that, and then turn over onto your belly. Okay? Okay. Now you're going to take that top leg and it's going to go underneath a little bit, and so there's one leg kind of on top, that other leg's kind of on the bottom, right? Forehead is resting on top of the hands, hand on top of hand. Now you're going to lift the legs just a little bit up and then come back down. Lift up and squeeze. Come back down. Lift up and squeeze. Come back down. Lift up and lengthen the legs longer and come back down. Lift up. Good. Now I want you to hold up, but not where you're feeling any tension in your low back. Just hold the legs up and squeeze the ball right here. 10 times. 9, 8. Feel your inner thighs squeeze together. 7. I want your legs squeezing, the whole leg squeezing together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Set that down. You feel that a little bit? Yes. Good. I hope so. Okay. Push yourself up. And we're going to switch to the other side. So here we go. Side 2. Ball comes down. We start out with the feet on top of the ball. And again, it's the little things in Pilates that matter. It's the pressure pushing down onto the ball. It's feeling like you have a little mouse house underneath your waist. Right there. Inhale as you bring that top leg up. Exhale as you lengthen it and pull it down. So really reach your leg towards the side of the room. Keeping constant pressure on the ball down. You're lengthening your legs. You've got that little mouse house. The waistline is pulled in. Inhale up. Exhale. Flex the foot and reach it down. Inhale. So you're really lengthening through the leg. Exhale and come down. It's not about how high the leg comes. Good. Squeeze and feel those inner thighs squeeze together to come down. 2 more here. And down. Nicely done. 1 more here. And down. Good. Now hold it up there. Hold it up there. Lengthen it. Reaching, pressing down on the ball and lengthening that top leg. Start your circles. Now the goal here is to pull it at the waistline. And if you do that, if you've got all of this connected, your upper body's not going to move. Okay? If this is not connected, there's loosey-goosey going on. Circling one direction. I know these are tough. You feel these? Oh, it's just like, burn, right? This should be the good hurt though. 3, 2, and 1. Circle the other direction. And careful not to come up so high that the pelvis hikes. So it's not really very high that we lift our leg, because you're staying totally level. There was a ruler from bone to bone, that ruler would not be changing. Good, reach and push down on that ball. Keep you stable. Oh, it's good work. 3 more, starting to feel that? 2 more, gluteus medius working, and 1 more, good stuff. Now if it's tricky, you gotta take the ball, roll the ball in front of that leg, grab it here, lift it up, right in between the legs. Very nice. And we come up the legs, and we come back down. And it is the option, a little more advanced option, to come up with the upper body. You do what's right for you. Up, and then down. Nice, and up, and then down. Careful not to strain the neck here. Up. Really where you should feel this right through the waistline, up. And then be in your body. Think about squeezing your inner thighs together. Think about squeezing the whole leg together as it comes up. Lots to think about, but if you engage, you think about the inner thighs, what's going to happen? Transverse will come on too. Pelvic floor will engage. Beautiful. Couple more here. And 1 more time. Up. And nice job. Now what do? We roll over onto our belly, right? We stack one leg a little bit on top of the other. Right? And then we're just going to do a little mini lift here. Lift and lower. A little lift and a lower. And as you lift, I want you to reach the legs longer. It's not, you feel this a lot in your low back, coming up too high. So it's, it's not about feeling this in the low back. You shouldn't. You're pulling it at the waist. Find the pelvic floor. And 1 more time. And now we squeeze that ball together. Inner thighs, everything is squeezing. We're holding up 10, 9, squeeze it harder together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze that ball. 3, like you're cracking an egg. 2, and 1, and good. We're done with that. Good. Just release the ball there. Okay. And hands are here. Perfect time. We're going to go into our swan. Again, a little more extension. Again, we're not going to pop our ribs forward, but we still, when we come up in extension, we do open up through the chest, and we do open our ribs, but without popping them forward. So kind of be conscious and aware of that here. Our feet are going to be a little bit wider than our hips, okay, here. And again, no tension through the back. We're going to push the pubic bone down. Eye gaze is at the floor. We're going to roll the barbell away, and we're coming up into a little higher extension here. Now, pull in from your belly. I want you to pull that low belly up and in. Good. And then come back down. Again, if you were to feel the low back, don't come up as high, and really work on squeezing the glutes. So take an exhale as you come up, lengthening up, and you can stay right at this level today if you want to. But if you're ready to advance on, you're going to start some little more rocking. So as we're down, we're going to elevate the feet up, okay? And as we come up, the feet come down. So we're just a little rocking voice. Up, exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. And if that feels great, we shoot the arms forward. So as we come up, as we come down, we shoot the arms forward. As we come up, we catch. And we reach, and we catch. And there's just a constant curve. And again, the rocking is an option. What's the most important thing here? Working on the extension, not feeling the low back. Pulling in from that deeper belly to lift up. 3 more here, option up. 2 more. That extension is so good for our body. You're squeezing your glutes, squeeze them harder. Good, and pull up from that deep belly. And here's your last one. Let's push back after all that extension into child's pose. Or shell stretch. Press back. Very nice. Slide forward. 3, 2, 1, and we're coming back up. Okay? 2 good things left. We're going to do leg pull. Again, there are 2 options on this, so don't feel like you must take the advanced option. I want you to take your hands back behind you, fingertips pointed either to the side of the room or back behind. And we're all going to think about bringing our shoulders, 1 shoulder to the front of the room, 1 to the back of the room. We're going to open up through the collarbone, the chest. That's really important that we think about lengthening, widening the shoulder blades, okay? The shoulders side to side, okay? From here, feet are out in front. You're going to find that pelvic floor. Eye gaze is kind of up towards the crack in the ceiling there. And then lift the hips up. Good, without collapsing the shoulders forward. Open them wide to the side. Find that pelvic floor. And then drop it back down. So you can just go up and hold, or if you want to, we're going to go up and extend a leg. So it's your choice. 3, 2, 1, exhale, come up. And maybe lift that left leg. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Bend the knee. And set it back down. Set the hips down. Even more advanced option, the legs are completely straight. So your choice. 3, 2, 1. And we're up. Everybody is opening their shoulders to each side of the room. Option to lengthen the leg up. Bring it down. Up. I'm going to bend my knee. Bring it down. Up. Bring it down. Last one. Up. Bend the knee. Set the foot down. Bring it down. 1 more set. So, modification is keep the knees bent, just coming up. Most advanced. Legs are straight up. Pull the belly in deep. Open the chest. Shoulders to each side of the room. Lengthen up. Lift up. Rib cage is still connected here. Maybe lift the leg. Bring it back down. Hips are level. 1 more. And then bring it down. Let's go other side. Up and lower. Watch it. We are not collapsing and bringing those shoulders forward. Open up. Bring the shoulders to each side of the room. Open up wider. Very nice. 1 more time. And down. Good. Woo. Set that down. Very nice. And come over onto your side real quick. I'm going to take the hand right outside of the hip here. Cross your legs here out to the side. 2 levels here. First one, side bend prep. We are keeping our ribs connected here. We're just going to exhale as we come up and make a nice, beautiful rainbow. Let your head be nice and heavy here. Really bring those hips to the sky and then come back down. If that felt great, you can come up onto your feet as you exhale and lengthen up. Eye gaze forward. Inhale, come back down. Now we're gonna add rotation. And exhale, come up. You can be on the knees or the toes. Inhale, come underneath. Exhale, come back out. Inhale, stay. Exhale, come back down. One more time with that good rotation. Lengthen up, lift up. Ear away from that shoulder. Going underneath. Coming back up. Reach, reach, reach. And come back down. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Again, moving the spine in every range of motion in Pilates is really good for your body. Take that hand nice and wide, pulling up, keeping those ribs connected. That was one of the principles we're really working on today. Top or hand, palm is up. Exhale, come up. Again, onto the knees or the toes, whichever is right for you today. Come back down. Good. Keep the ribs connected as you come back down. Again, up, expand, lengthen, lift. Hips up high to the sky, let the head be resting there. And then come back down. Good. If you're bringing the legs up, squeeze the inner thighs together. Let's add rotation. Up. Squeeze everything together. Reach underneath. Lengthening the spine there. Back to that side bend. And then come back down. Good. Keeping the rib connected, not popping out. Good. One more time here. Be in your body. Feel it all so strong on this one. Everything is working. Up. Soften the head. Underneath. Back out to the side. Shoulders down from those ears. And then come back down. Good. Turn yourself over. Here. And then just toes tuck underneath. You can press up onto your knees or into a nice plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale. Press yourself up. Good. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Hands walking back. Now I want you to imagine there is a brick wall behind you. There can be some bend in your knees. Your head is heavy. You're looking at your knees. Scoop your belly in. Now imagine you're going to roll up, but your hips don't get to come back behind. There's a wall behind you. So slowly start to come up as you're bringing your hips underneath you. Really feeling that lengthen through your low back. Last roll up of the day. Coming up. Shoulders roll back a few times. And then you face forward. We'll take a nice deep breath in and up. And then exhale, come back down. One more time, in and up. And then exhale. I'd like to leave you guys with some homework. And the homework is about your rib cage. So I want you to notice, when you're reaching for something, a glass in your cupboard, I want you to really just pause for a second and engage the ribs and then reach. Because it's so easy to just reach and go. And what happens when we do that? You feel that little twinge in your low back. And excessively doing that is just kind of creating bad habits. So we can reach, we can lift. Okay? Sometimes we have to, go up on our toes or whatever, but without having to pop the ribs. So I want you to know that every time you grab a glass in your counter today, or every time you reach up for something this week, it's connect. And go there, right? Okay? Sound good? We'll do that? Okay, good. Good job, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, our lovely new people and Zumba instructors. Yes. So you can come back tonight and if you felt like you were really I don't like all of that stability. Come back tonight and open it up and do Zumba.